interlingual translation. Interlingual translation means it is between two languages. That means that is what we already focus. Translation proper. That means interpretation of verbal signs by means of some other language. That means definitely changing from one language to another language. Really, today we are concentrating on this aspect only, interlingual, that is from one language to another language. Why there is a need of translating from one language to another language? Because all the people may not be well versed with other languages, but they can learn the wisdom of other language through the translation. That is what that we could see. That is interlingual. Coming to the third one, intersemiotic. It means nothing but you are making verbal language to non-verbal or non-verbal to verbal. For example, that there is a song and that song can be sung with the music, only with music, then it is intersemiotic. For example, Janagana Mana, it can be sung orally and also it can be given through musically, only with musical instruments. Then we have made intersemiotic. For example, you can say it is danger when there is an explosion is taking place. You can put a board, okay, with the symbol of a skull and two bones. That is a symbol. That means what you want to say through verbal, that you are presenting through non-verbal, then that is also called intersemiotic. In fact, roads and buildings, R&B people, they use at every corner of the roads that the symbol of the speed breaker, hospital, likewise on the side of the road. That is nothing but through the sign language, they are giving the message. That means verbal language has turned into non-verbal language through a symbol, through an image. That is called intersemiotic translation. When we see the definition of Roman Jacobson, that we can see the wide range of translation. We use translation at different places. And through English language, if you call anyone who is the first earlier one in translation famous, it is John Dryden. John Dryden is the one who has brought two concepts into translation studies. And he uses two words, that is metaphrase, paraphrase. Very simple. Metaphrase means literal translation, faithful translation, that you should bring as it is, what is there in the source language into the target language. And second one is paraphrase. In paraphrase, which means that you may take some liberty and change according to the need of the reader, then it is called a paraphrase. So basically he has presented to us two types of translations, that is metaphrase and paraphrase. Okay, in metaphrase, freedom is less and faithful is more. In paraphrase, faithful is less and freedom is more. That is what here that we see. Because when we mention about the translation,
Please some technical snag that will be rectified maybe no shortly. Please others put up with us. Kavita madam.
Yes, sir. He will join shortly now, sir.
Oh, okay.
I have informed him, sir. He will be joining.
Okay, please. Okay, madam. Okay. Yes, come. He's online.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah, all right.
Yes, sir. Now you are audible, sir. Yes, please proceed, sir. We are able to hear now, sir.
Yeah, just a minute.
Yes, sir. We are able to hear.
You're audible, sir. You're audible very much. Please, sir.
Please share your screen again, sir.
Yeah, I'm trying. See that. Is it coming? Is it audible?
Yeah. It's audible. Also, it's visible. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, as I told you, Rabindranath Tagore, I am referring. Are you able to listen what I have said about Rabindranath Tagore? Rabindranath Tagore was so popular because of his translations, and his translated work, that is Gitanjali, got him Nobel Prize. In fact, during that period in Bengal, that there was another more popular novelist is there, Sarat Chandra Chatterjee, but his novels are limited to only Bengal, and it is to some extent in Telugu and other places where his works are translated, but they are not translated into English. That is why the importance of translation is of very, very important. Coming to the qualities of a translator, that Gayatri Chakravarti Spivak, who is a great translator, who has introduced Mahashweta Devi into the world, that she says, translator must surrender to the text, because translation is the most intimate act of reading. In fact, she is the one who has translated many works of Mahashweta Devi, and now many universities are doing their doctorate degrees on the works of Mahashweta Devi. And all the credit goes to the translator, that is Gayatri Chakravarti Spivak. And she wrote a book on politics of translation in 1998. And in that book, this is what the very important quotation, the translator must surrender to the text, because translation is the most intimate act of reading. There is a saying which I used to say in my classes: if you want to understand, read once. If you want to prepare for the exams, read twice or thrice. But if you want to translate, you need to read 7 times. Because every other reading will give you more and more inner meaning of the text. That is what a translator need to do, intimate act of reading. And generally we think that English is so easy and we can do easily because one of the easiest language. Just I'll tell you a fun. Okay, it is Japanese people, when the Prime Minister of Japan Mori has visited USA when Obama was the president. And that Mori is not well versed with English. Generally, it is the translators who does the work of the other work. But as a symbol of honor, that a few words that he wanted to speak in English, and they asked him, and he, how are you? Just you ask in English, how are you? And generally Obama would say, I am fine, and you? And at that time, you should say, me too. Afterwards, we translators will do the work for you. And it looks quite simple, but the truth, when coming to the situation, it happened like this. When Mori met Obama, instead of saying, how are you? He said, who are you? And Obama, who is a very person who is known for wit and humor, simply he said, I am Michelle's husband. Ha ha ha. And Mori simply replied, me too, ha ha ha. So, don't think that it is so easy, and let us see, because in commercial advertisement, as I told you, advertisement is needed. And what they have done might be, some of you might have seen an advertisement for HSBC bank comes. At that time, a granddaughter comes with a torn jeans and put on there and goes inside. And the grandmother comes and she started knitting the torn jeans. See, everyone has in their own aspect. So they wanted to say, assume nothing. But the tagline they created is do nothing. Do nothing is not correct, and their intention is assume nothing. Don't assume this is right, this is wrong. Anything can be correct, but it has been translated as do nothing. The same type of mistake regarding an MNC company that in Andhra Pradesh we have seen. Those who are attending from Andhra Pradesh, they will know Limca. Limca is a cool drink, and they have given the tagline lime and lemony. Lime and lemony. And it was translated into Telugu as Nimma Nimmani. Like Telugu, lemon and lemony has translated Nimma Nimmani, which is a very funny thing and not the correct one. And coming to translator, we can say the father of translation is this fellow, that is Saint Jerome, whom we call as the saint of translators, because he is the person who has played a key role for the Bible we are seeing today. Because of his efforts, that the New Testament, the Bible has come into almost 2,000 languages in the world. And there is a saying, translation was to Bible and Bible was to translation, because both are interdependent like that. Because they believe that Bible should be taught in their mother tongue. And that is why even if there are 1,000 people speaking in one language and Bible mission is there, and their duty is to translate that Bible into their language also. So likewise, that they have popularized the Bible, whereas the same thing has not taken place regarding the Quran. Because that Quran, at the beginning, the religious head of the people, they thought, no, it cannot be translated and it will lose its flavor and originality. But later, in the modern period, they also realized only with the spread of translation, with the translation of Quran into different languages, they can reach more people and they can gain more followers. And they are doing it now at a higher level. And let me tell you, even the Bhagavad Gita, which was translated into Arabic language, and within 1 year, it has been sold 20,000 copies. It was recently came in the India Today news also, that you can see that. So this is about the Holy Scriptures and the need of translation regarding the scriptures and religious purposes. And then I am shifting to the next point. What are the common mistakes that the translators often make when they are making the translation, that they do some mistakes? And I made them as a under 5 headings. Number 1, doing translation verbatim. That means word by word. Never do that verbatim translation. And second one, exaggerating the meaning of words. Sometimes the meaning of the word is one thing and you highlight it and you exaggerate it. That is also not correct. That is also not correct. And the third one, which generally many people do, and which I have given you some examples, using the wrong words. For example, do nothing in the place of assume nothing. And the fourth one, lacking of communication skills. That means unable to understand the original concept. And the third one, not in the appropriate style. I'll give you a simple example. Not translating in an appropriate style. There are 2 brands in men's shirting, and one has become so popular and the other one has not become so popular because of their translation, their advertisement techniques. For example, for a complete man, Raymond's, which was so simple and everyone has understood, oka paripurna purushudiki manchi dustulu. Whereas OCM, it has advertised suitings for a connoisseur. Suitings for a connoisseur. Nobody knows what the meaning of a connoisseur. What is the use of that? Actually, it is a meaning which is good. One who has a liking for the art, one who has a skill in appreciating aesthetic values. Yes, it may have beautiful meaning, but how many of them will understand? That is why use of simple language is of very, very important. It should be understood by common man. This I will explain you in a video. Next one kada. Test. Yeah. Is it question? Is it audible and visible, my video?
Yes, sir. It is visible and also audible.
Why you go this one here?
The video is not actually. Video doesn't.
Share the screen again, sir.
Is it?
Yes, sir. Please share the screen again, sir. It's not visible, sir.
Yeah. వచ్చిందా రాండి గారు రమ్మను ఒకసారి రమ్మను రా
ఇంకా ఒక స్క్రీన్
just a minute, it's a problem.
చేస్తే వస్తుంది
Entire screen. Yeah, I am trying to give you in pictorial description, intersemiotic. We try to bring now it has come 5 common blunders. Doing translation verbatim. And exaggerating the meaning of the words at that time, that exaggerating as if the ship is going into the sky. Pictorial combination. And using wrong words, that means horses in the cloud, the form of horses in the cloud.
मैंने हंसना है गीत गा रहा आसमां जैसा प्यार तेरा टूटे ना कभी ख्वाब यारा बंदगी तेरी हर हसीना na 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 na
Poetry is devil's wine. So, first part of my lecture is over. That is the introduction of translation. What is translation and types of translation, the qualities of a translator, and the mistakes committed by the translators in the first part. And now I am coming to the second concept, that is national integration. What do you mean by national integration? What do you mean by national integration? In our Telugu language, we call it is Jatiya Samaikyata. That means the feeling of brotherhood among all the states of India. That is national integration. That is the common identity among the citizens of a country. Generally, we feel it is the three C's which united India. That is, one C is cricket, and the other C is cinema, and the other C is corruption. These are the three common C's which have connected India. That is what generally people say, and I say it is translation, which is the one which connecting the people. First of all, we believe that India is a country with diversity, different languages. First of all, India, in fact, we have the second largest population in the world, and almost our land area is equivalent to total Europe, excluding Soviet Union, and we have around 1,652 languages and dialects in our country. Out of them, there are, here I mentioned 18 have been as the recognized constitutional words, but later another 3 languages are also added. And still, coming to the religion also, our country is the birthplace for Hinduism, as well as Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, and also accommodates Zoroastrians, Christians, Islams, whatnot. Geographically also our land is diverse. So altogether that we can say ours is like a subcontinent where you can see a mini world. In this India, how we can get that national integration, translation is one tool. How, let us see, how many main languages are there? Rajasthani, Hindi, Bihari, that is Hindi, Bengali, Oriya, okay, Marathi, Konkani. These are all from the north side, Punjabi, Sindhi. And coming to that, innumerable number of castes are there, religions, languages, and different issues. But ours is one of the biggest and democratic country, as well as regarding the education also. The number of PhDs produced in India is highest number than any other number. Let's see in many ways. Okay, how many religions, how many, see. If you take this picture itself, that you can see so many which are opposites. Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma. Just to take the simple example of one family, that is Shiva, Parvati, as well as Murugan and Ganesha. With Ganesha, mouse is there. For Lord Shiva, cow, as well as snake. And Parvati's vehicle, that is lion, as well as peacock for Lord Murugan. All this, you can see so much of diversity, even one thing. And this already I have mentioned that epics are the one which unite Indians. That is Ramayana, Mahabharata. But remember, as long as they are in only in Sanskrit, many people may not know. But they have been translated into almost all important Indian languages. Tamil, Bengali, Hindi, Telugu, whatnot. Even in Telugu, we have Ramayanas, not one or two. There are 5 to 7 major Ramayanas are there. In the same way, Mahabharata also. These are the original writers. And coming to, these are the 3 people who have translated Mahabharata into Telugu. That is 3 people, Nannaya, Tikkana, Errana, and Kavinada Sarvabhauma Srinada. Srinada is the one, this third one, he is the one who is a great translator in Telugu. Because earlier Sanskrit is the one which is the source language for all the other Indian languages. After the colonial rule, that English has occupied the place of the Sanskrit. Coming to China, though our India is smaller than China, but China is the one which has only one language, that is Mandarin Chinese. And the whole China people, that they speak one language. And behind this, one person's exercise and his efforts are there. Earlier, even in China also, there are many languages, many dialects are there. But it is the Mao who has made these many languages, many dialects will make the people think in different. So one country, one language, and he has made one language as popular, and all the books were also in one language. And with the course of time of 30 to 40 years, he was able to get success making Mandarin as the single language in China. To how extent that they are, because when I visited China, that I wonder, even the common people do not know the English number. When I ask you 50 or 40, 30, they use the calculator and count and give the number, because they do not know even that common knowledge of English also. And this is a statistical record of the languages in the world. There are about 7,102 living languages in the world. Out of them, in Asia, 2,301, and in Africa, 2,138, in the Pacific region, 1,313, and in America, that means both South and North Americas, and Latin America, those places, and Europe, 286. And if you take this, 1.39 billion speakers speak Mandarin language. And after that, next highest goes, it is not English, it is Urdu and Hindi together, 588 million people. And English is the third highest spoken language in the world. Generally, we have a misconception, English is the highest spoken language, but it is not that. It is the first language goes Mandarin Chinese, and second one, it is together Hindi and Urdu, and the third one is English. We can get rid of those myths. But there are some languages, they are in danger because of no productivity in that language, because they have fascinated to English and has gone to the other places. So critically endangered languages and seriously endangered language and endangered languages. Do you know, even my Telugu language is also under endangered species. The reason is it is not much produced now. This is the information I am giving you. Generally, we think that Telugu people, that it is, there are not only in Andhra Pradesh, there are in Telangana, Yanam, as well as in Sri Lanka, Tamil Nadu, at different places that we could see. This is the earliest Telugu inscription found in Krishna district near Nusveedu. So finally, I want to say, India is a diverse nation in terms of culture, language, religion, caste, people, cuisine, and everything. So after independence, national integration was one of the main tasks for the political leaders. And the concept became further important as various states were formed on the basis of language in 1956.
The Great Ape had invented hunting.
This is about the origin of Babel of Tower. See, with the fall of Babel of Tower, the people have gone from different directions. This is which was written in Bible. People started quarreling. That is why the city was called Babel. I wanted to show this one. After Hindi, Bengali, Telugu is the third largest speaking.
बादलों का रूप लेकर बरसे हल्के हल्के मिले सुर मेरा तुम्हारा तो सुर बने हमारा मिले सुर मेरा तुम्हारा.
Marathi is the fourth one and Tamil is the fifth one. Fifth highest spoken language in India. Fifth highest spoken language in India. Balamurali Krishna. The maestro, Balamurali Krishna. Urdu, 65 million. Sri Salam. Kannada, Malayalam. Oriya, Punjabi, Assami, सूर्य की नदियों
हर दिशा पे बहके सागर में मिले बादलों का रूप लेके बरसे हल्के हल्के मिले सुर मेरा तुम्हारा मिले सुर
the great singer whom we lost recently.
सुर बने हमारा
Kanika is the one who has made this film. Actually, our yesteryear people might have seen this advertisement in Doordarshan many years. And coming to the earliest available inscription which has these three languages is Rosetta Stone, which was found in 1799, is the available one which shows as a symbol of a translation which was existing in those period itself, about 196 BC. In the world period, he is the Cicero who has made translation from Greek to Latin. And now coming to the third part, translation studies. What do you mean by translation studies? Translation studies means the translation as a discipline in the universities. Already we have some departments like linguistics, departments like comparative literature. Okay, all those come under actually translation studies departments only. In University of Hyderabad, that there is a department, Center for Advanced Learning for Linguistics and Translation Studies. They call it as CALTS, CALTS. In the same way, in IFLU, English and Foreign Languages University, they have a department, Translation Studies. Likewise, in our Achar Nagarjuna University also, we have 2 papers on translation studies as a common papers for the PG MA English students. So, translation studies as a subject has started from 1970 onwards. At first it was begun in America, and then you can see the growth of translation from there to at different places. And today in the world, there are about 143 MA programs in translation studies and its allied subjects. There are number of books are coming, journals are coming regarding translation studies. There are number of conferences have been conducted, are being conducted, because today itself I am participating here, as well as in the next class that I am sharing a national seminar which is being conducted by University of Hyderabad CALTS department. And coming to this, with this internet coming to the action, there are so much of development has taken place. For example, Google Translate is the one which has created so many wonders. You can have in the Google Translate, now it can translate more than 160 languages. And Babelfish by Yahoo, okay, Siri by Apple company. These are the softwares which you can use them for the purpose of translation while you are traveling throughout the globe. Wherever you go, just you say on your mobile and say in your language, and it will appear in their language. And the words also will be listened by the vendor and the thing can be completed. So it is internet and it is the softwares of translation which are doing a yeoman service. Regarding this, Hyderabad IIIT is doing wonders. They are doing and creating our native softwares, okay, all Indian languages. They are developing automatic translation facility in all major Indian languages. Indian IIIT, Indian Institute of Information Technology. They are doing a wonderful service to the nation. And he is the one who is regarded as the father of machine translation, because this is all done by the machine. And Claude Perron is the one whose efforts has made today's Google Translate or Apple Siri as a reality. But we should not forget the forefathers and the person who is responsible for this. This already I gave you. Generally, we have a belief that which language has the highest vocabulary. Generally, we believe English may have highest vocabulary, but it is Gujarati language which has 2.81 lakh words, whereas Hindi 1,20,000 words only. In English 1,71,000, and every day is adding new and new words. But still Gujarati is the highest number of words than English. Regarding the English, everybody knows Geoffrey Chaucer, who is the one who has written Canterbury Tales and prologue to that. But can we read that Chaucer's English? That is the original English. That almost now it is like a old English, which you cannot read now. And it is Edward Fitzgerald who has made Omar Khayyam so popular with his rubaiyats. Because of those rubaiyats, the rubaiyats have been translated more than 100 languages throughout the globe. And for the modern translation theories, it is Noam Chomsky who has brought that generative theory of language, and who has created a set of rules, universal grammar, which has made possible the translation spread throughout the globe. You need not take pains to translate word for word. Translation should come naturally. How naturally it should come? Like a flower to the plant. Translation is that opens the window to let the light in, that break the shell that we may eat the kernel. It is there in Holy Bible translation. Some have an opinion, wrong side of the opinion, that is translation is something like a wrong one. But let us see with an example how translation is made, united the people and all that. One single song in different languages. I think you can recognize.
చూస్తూ ఉంటే కన్నులు రెండు తెప్పిస్తావే, నీ చూపులపైనే రెప్పలు వేసి కప్పేస్తావే, காணாத தெய்வத்தை கணமூடாம பாக்கிறியே, கண்முன்னே நான் அறிந்தும் காதுண்டு போகிறியே, तेरी झलक शर्फी श्रीवल्ली नाम तक बर्फी, तेरी झलक शर्फी श्रीवल्ली बातें करे दो हर्फी.
Single tune, 9 languages.
അണിയണിയാ എല്ലാം പിന്തുടര നിന്നെ, അടുകെ ഞാൻ നിന്റെ പിരികെ ഞാൻ നിന്നെ, യവനുരുമെ പാത്ത് തടുക്കുന്ന ചതു എല്ലാ अंगुल से पाकता तल कुनी जड़ी पुल बहुत पहली पुटी लाल साड़ी वो भी दिखे राजकुमारी झुमके बिंदी और गजरे से रूप निखर जाए तेरी झलक शर्फी श्रीवल्ली नाम तक बर्फी तेरी झलक शर्फी श्रीवल्ली बातें करे दो हर्फी ನಿನ್ನ ಗೆಳತಿಯರಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಕುಮಾರಿಗಳಾರಿಲ್ಲ ಅದರಿಂದ ತಾನೇ ನೀ ಸುಂದರಿ ಎನಿಸುರುವೆ 18ರ ಹರೆಯ ತಲುಪಿದರೆ ಸಾಕು ನೀನೊಬ್ಬರೇ ಅಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಮುದ್ದಾಗಿರುತ್ತಾರೆ ఎర్ర చందనం చీర కదితే రాయి కూత రాకుమారే ఎదురళ్ళ దుద్దులు పెడితే ఎవరైనా అందగాకే అయినా చూపే బంగారమాయనే శ్రీవల్లి మాటే మాణిక్యమాయనే చూపే బంగారమాయనే శ్రీవల్లి నవ్వే నవరత్నమాయనే
There is a saying that translators are traitors. Why that word has come? Why translators are traitors? Traitors, opposite to patriot. One who does. Why? It was made because of the colonial rule. During the colonial period, during the colonial empire, it is the Dvibashi. Dvibashi means one who can speak 2 languages. That Dvibashi has become Dubasi. With the help of these Dubasis, that the Britishers are able to conquer India. That's why that there is a saying, because of these translators who have given the vital information about the native land to the foreigners, have become traitors. In that concept, they used it. But translation is something like a powerful weapon, a knife, which can be used to save the life of a man, as well as the same thing can also be used to kill a person. So, what I would like to say is, that is from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, we are one. Just I have traveled to Kashmir and Srinagar at Patni Top, when I took my students there and spent 10 days as an NSS camp, and at that time I have taken on the top of Kashmir hill. There, how nice, beautiful. Actually, it is not cotton, it is the snow, and beautiful child on the highway. And I think this is known, all of you, at Rameshwaram, Pamban Bridge. I took this picture when I came to your place only, Karaikudi. At that time, madam has arranged a trip to Rameshwaram, and we went there, and there at that time, I took the picture. That is. This is at Patni Top with my students. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, and any questions or queries. This is also from Rameshwaram. That is Abdul Kalam's house, House of Kalam.
Professor, we are so thankful to you that you have given a very informative. It is because of your experience. I think it seems you have traveled all over the country, and also I think outside the country, that has made this actually presentation so well with all visuals. No, that's what actually attracted us, and we are so thankful to you, Professor. Again, this year is the actually platinum jubilee year of our college. Adapa Government Arts College got started in the year 1947, August actually 11th, 4 days prior to our independence. And since then, the college has been functioning so well in this actually rural part of Tamil Nadu. But now it is coming up, and we are actually celebrating our platinum jubilee year this year.
Yeah, we are happy. I am happy associated with the team.
Yes, sir. Again, this program is also actually conducted in commemoration of silver, actually our platinum jubilee year, and you have become the part of this program, and that gives us really the real happiness, as our principal put it. And principal, as I said, she is a very dynamic personality, and she makes us keeps all of us on toes for the to work for the institution's betterment. And really, we are so happy, Professor. And your lecture actually has got 3 parts. And you reminded us about Spivak's the book, The Politics of Translation, which she published in the year 1988, in which she says about the translator. They must surrender to the text, as translation is the most intimate act of reading. Then you talked about holy text translation, how now Bible has been translated into 3,320 languages. Again, Mahabharata, Ramayana, Mahabharata, again 30 and odd languages. Our Tirukkural, Tamil Tirukkural has been translated into 40 and other world languages. And also you said about common mistakes, like verbatim translation, exaggerating the meaning of words, using wrong words, not translating in an appropriate style. And you talked about types of translation: literary, scientific, technical, commercial, and also you spoke about intersemiotic, intralingual, interlingual, metaphrase, literal translation. The second part is about the national integration. And very interestingly, you told us that the 3 C's that connect us, like cinema, cricket, and corruption. But it is not that these 3 C's translation that actually makes us one. And the awareness of common identity, that is what is national integration. This is how, you told us. And the translation that connects the people. How we Tamils, we are able to talk to Punjabis, or we people from Andhra Pradesh people are able to talk to Oriya, people from Odisha. So this is possible because of the translation. Then you spoke so nicely about unity in diversity, and about thirdly, the third part of your lecture is on translation studies. And Claude Piran, the father of machine translation, you referred to Chaucer and Noam Chomsky, and the Fitzgerald's Umar Khayyam. And really, actually thought-provoking and very informative, Professor. Our students, they were very much benefited by this webinar, the talk on translation studies. Really, as a Department of English, we are so thankful to you. And also, from the pit of my heart, I thank our principal for having given this opportunity to conduct this national webinar in commemoration of our college silver jubilee, our platinum jubilee year celebration. And also the principal in charge, Dr. Durai, my dear friend, today he is the principal in charge of our college, and he has also supported us in a big way. Also, I thank the organizing secretary, Dr. N. Kavita. She has done it so meticulously, so that we could have a nice session today. And really, I am actually personally so thankful to Dr. N. Kavita and all our faculty members, students, scholars, and everybody who got connected in this virtual platform. So now over to Kavita madam, and now she will hand it over to the person who is comparing for the other programs. Thank you so much, Professor. We are so thankful to you. Thank you.
If anybody has any doubts, I am ready to clarify their doubts.
So yes, Professor, we'll give some 2-3 minutes. If anybody has got any doubt, they can come out with.
Yeah.
If there are any questions to be discussed, kindly post them in the chat box, and our resource person, our respected resource person, will be able to clarify the doubts also. I think Anuroja will take over. are you on the line?
Hope I see Anuroja, please come.
So we have been listening to an eminent speaker and scholar in the area of translation studies since morning. All these valuable insights gives us a clear perspective about approaching translation. Now I would like to call upon organizing secretary of this webinar, Dr. N. Kavida, Assistant Professor of English, Arapa Government Arts College, to propose vote of thanks.
Good morning to all. I deem it my privilege to propose the vote of thanks in this occasion. I thank God Almighty, whose ever-present help and benevolent blessings have enabled the success of this event. On behalf of the Department of English and on behalf of all of us, I thank all the kind souls who have helped us organize this event. I thank our respected principal, whose constant support and valuable presence with us today has helped us to complete this occasion. And I thank you, ma'am, for your constant encouragement, without which we will not be able to embark on any such activities. And your encouraging smile and encouraging words today, the presidential address also has led to the success of this event. Thank you so much, ma'am. Also, I extend my gratitude to the resource person of today's occasion, that is Dr. Suresh Kumar, who has shared his valuable time and ideas with us and with our students. Thank you, sir, for your remarkable address on translation that has immensely benefited all young learners. And the videos that you have also shown us were all application oriented, and they serve to point out the nuances and the common errors in translation. Thank you so much, sir. These ideas will certainly take wings and they will enlighten the students and strike a spark in them to learn more and more in future. Thank you so much, sir. Then I am profusely thankful to our respected head of the department, Dr. Nagarajan, who energizes all the activities of our department with his enthusiastic spirit and guidance. He is the pillar of support for all our efforts. And I thank you so much, sir. From the beginning until the end of this event, you have been with us and behind us in all our endeavors. Thank you so much, sir. Also, I thank all my respected colleagues, learned faculty members, whose good-natured support and encouragement has only led to the success of this webinar. Also, I thank the technical team of support, the resource scholars of our department, and all our students who have all shared their efforts with us with all kindness in all possible ways. Also, I thank all the delegates, participants from other colleges, faculty members of other colleges, and students of our college as well as the other colleges who have all joined us today and who have all benefited a lot from this webinar. And thank you for your patience with some technical problems also, but we have all overcome them. And I hope this was a rich and learning experience for all of us today. I thank all those who have supported us with their efforts, and with which contribution we were able to make this event a success. Again, I thank one and all. Thank you.
Okay, your vote of thanks is completed, and let me thank for each and everyone who has provided me this opportunity. Particularly, I haven't expected Nagarajan sir, who has summed up totally of my lecture in just 3 minutes. That is almost, he has done a lot of homework, and really I appreciate Dr. Nagarajan sir and also the others. And they have asked some of you to read some of the books, to suggest some of the books for translation studies. Okay, I say Gayatri Chakravarti Spivak book is good. Okay, as well as that you can read. I can suggest and send the list for you. Okay, and particularly some books from Hyderabad as well as from Penguin Publishers. There are some very good books on translation you can get. Those Sujit Mukherjee book is very good for the people who has just entered into the field of translation studies. Sujit Mukherjee's book. Okay, that is.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your words of wisdom. It's a great pleasure for each and every one of us who attended this webinar. There is an end to everything, but we believe that there is never an end, but always a beginning. Just to conclude for today, I request you all to stand on your feet as we hear our national anthem. Over to you, Janani.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष माहे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you,
Professor
sir.
Fraser, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. And we sign out. And the forms are available, feedback form. And you can fill in and you can get your certificates. I mean, participants. And it is available. Now you can just touch it. And now you can fill. Then the certificate will reach you. Professor, once again, I thank you, Professor, on behalf of the college and the Department of English of Alapur Government Arts College.
Okay,
thank you, one and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Manu. Thank you.
How to go?
Thank you,
Sign out.
sir. Thank you, sir.